Morgan said, did you record the puppy test conference? Would love to purchase that recording. I did. We did record it. I'm going to try to get it put together, but I cannot promise it before 3 to 6 months from now. But what I will tell you guys is, and this is actually better than the recording of this, if you're in for a penny, in for a pound, I am getting an online class ready. It's called Puppy Chronicles, and this clinic was like an introduction to it, sort of, if you will. It was temperament testing and all that kind of stuff. You know, we all know about critical development periods in puppies, but I totally got into the neurological markers as well, which is a kind of a totally different way of looking at it. They're connected, but a little different focus. It's birth to 12 weeks, and then as soon as I get this one done, I'm going to start on a 12 weeks to 12 months one. I go over temperament testing in excruciating detail. I've got over 60 hours into 2 of the handouts I wrote. So one is the puppy temperament testing, I call it a puppy temperament evaluation. And I went in great detail over like how I do the test, you know, what I think is important, all that kind of thing. And then it's got all the worksheets. So if you are doing any temperament testing, you got the worksheets. And those are just 2 of the handouts that are in it. It's got, and it's like the engaged dog. It's a 6-month kind of a thing with extensions and an ongoing. I've had a great time with it. It's been pretty darn fascinating. It's taken me 3 years to get it up and running. I really wanted to have my research, you know, as good as I could. And so I really knuckled down with it. Sometimes Diane would turn the video camera on Paige and the puppies and leave it, you know, 24/7 or all day. I have sorted through thousands and thousands of hours of film. But it also goes over what we did with the puppies. And, you know, everybody I think does a really good job with exposure for puppies. They fill little baby pools full of balls and noisy things, and they do a lot with exposure. But we really got into training, and I'm not talking sitting down. Diane does early neural stimulation. I'm just getting up to the point where I'm showing us doing some training with the puppies, what I think is important with training from 7 to 12 weeks. And Diane did restraint tolerance work in these puppies. I think she started a little after, I think she started at week 4. And we did tons of work on that. And I also did some specific work with the opposition reflex. It was amazing what we got done. It was unbelievable. And bringing home a puppy, I've had puppies from every walk of life, from the dog pound, from good breeders, blah, 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 blah. Taking a puppy from Diane at the age I took it, which was about 11 and a half weeks old, all the stuff that she did in that litter that she and I carefully orchestrated, it's been amazing. I mean, I was delivered a puppy that basically didn't pull on a leash, and all I had to do was maintain it. It was pretty unbelievable. I just learned so much. You know, at the stage I'm at with my dog training, I was really at a place where I could pick up different aspects than I would have picked up 10 years ago. You know, I've worked with young puppies before, but this was pretty fascinating. And it was, Brenda Young just did a litter of standard poodle puppies, which were the ones we temp tested at the clinic a couple weeks ago. And she did all the same things. So now we have 2 litters of data collected. And these puppies, I got to tell you, these standard poodle puppies were very much the same as Diane's puppies in that they're handleable, their fear responses, so a lot of times I've temp tested puppies, and if they have a fear response, they hide, you know, they do avoidance. In these litters, if I get a fear response, they run straight to the human. And I really believe we've got to collect some more data, but I really believe that that's because of the restraint tolerance work. These puppies are naturally anchoring onto you. It's pretty cool. So anyway, it will start. I mean, it's not quite done, so we still got some construction dust, and there are still some things to straighten out. And the sales page is totally not done. But people that do want to enroll can go enroll. If you're interested, let me know. But it's on my website now. There should be a page where you can enroll in Puppy Chronicles. So it's as I say, we're not quite done with it, but I've had enough interest. I talked to Vicki this morning. She said, let's just open it up and we'll just explain to people that we're not done and they just need to be patient with us. So, but the first, I think I have up through week 8 done. So up through the temperament testing is all just sitting there and waiting. I guess I was surprised at how much I learned from it at this stage, and how strongly I believe in what we really worked out that we wanted to do. And I'll close this up pretty soon, but it really started, Diane called me when she was expecting a litter of puppies. Actually, it was Lola's litter. And she said, you know, I do all the early neurostimulation, I do all this exposure, but I still feel like there's more that I could be doing. And I really just want these people, you know, the people that get these puppies, I just want these puppies to go into homes where it's as easy as possible, because then we have a better chance of the puppy really having a lovely life, right? And so I sat down and we talked all through it, studying all these neurological markers, and I'm like, we have to do this here and we have to do this at this time to get the most advantage from it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun doing it because Diane has had several litters of puppies, similar bloodlines and so on. We had that as sort of a sloppy, you know, control group, if you will. And she said, you know, these puppies, since she has started doing this, she's had 3 more litters, I think. She said, it's just amazing. So she will always do it. Let's see. Diane's puppies are the best. Diane Ati, yes. Diane Ati got one of those puppies that all this stuff has been done with. And I think she can tell you it's a great puppy. Great puppy. Of course, she's done a lovely job with it. But, you know, amazing. When you start with good DNA and then the breeder does everything right, and then you get in there with good training, it's amazing how wonderful it can be. You know, it really does meet your expectations. It's like the puppy project that you were dreaming of.